In this video, we're going to talk about ways you can affordably increase the appeal of your home so you get top dollar once it hits the market. So at this stage of the process, you've already made the decision you want to sell your house. Maybe you're a few weeks, maybe you're a few months away from putting it on the market. You lived in the house for a while. Maybe things aren't looking as fresh and as new as when you bought it. And you want to spruce things up a little bit to make sure that you get top dollar once you put it up for sale. In the back of your mind though, you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to put more money into the house than what I'm going to get out of it. So in this video, we're going to talk about ways to affordably increase the appeal of your home to potential buyers, to maximize that return on the investment, to make sure that not only do you get the money back that you put into it, but even more as far as a return on your investment. So first topic we're going to talk about is paint. Paint is extremely important. It's very impactful for someone who's walking into your home for the first time. Fresh paint, neutral colors on the wall really will brighten things up, will make your walls look much cleaner probably than they are right now. As far as selecting a paint color, again, neutral colors. If you don't have a lot of experience, you can go on either Sherwin-Williams website, Benjamin Moore. Down in Central Florida, there's a company, PPG, that is very popular. Each one of them has a paint color of the year. Most of, Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, PPG, they all have outlet stores that you can go to. Talk to the person behind the desk, see what contractors are using when they're flipping these homes to get an idea of what that, hot kind of new fresh color is. A light gray is really in right now. But again, that's, every home is a little bit different. So do your research, but definitely want to get fresh paint in the common areas, the living room, dining room, hallways, kitchen, bathroom. You don't necessarily have to put the investment into the bedrooms. Most people are going to want to paint bedrooms whatever color that they kind of want, but certainly the common areas, there's an expectation that there's going to be fresh paint on the wall. So definitely something you want to do, and it's very affordable. Paint is in the grand scheme of home ownership is one of the cheaper projects that you can either do or contract out. Flooring. Flooring, again, can be very impactful. If the flooring in your home is in really rough shape, you're going to need to do something about it. If you have hardwood floors, oftentimes you can kind of sand and refinish them. If you have that composite wood that can't be sanded or the vinyl plank, you may need to replace it. Replacing flooring, again, one of the biggest things you can do for the smallest amount of dollars invested. Cheap vinyl plank flooring looks great. It lasts for a really long time. It's easy to clean. A lot of people are preferring this type of flooring now over hardwood just because it's so much easier to maintain. You're talking 99 cents a square foot, $1.99 square foot. Potentially you could put it in yourself, or if you know someone, a handyman. It's again, on the grand scheme of things of home ownership, one of the cheaper projects that you can do that's going to have a major impact on the person coming in to see your house. Kitchens. Obviously, a brand new kitchen is going to increase the value and the appeal of your home. However, not everyone has the type of cash available to invest in a brand new kitchen. So some of the things that you can do, again, flooring, if it's possible to replace that, and sometimes it's not. If your cabinets are in good condition, but maybe they're a little bit dated, but they're good, solid cabinets, an option for you would be to, instead of replacing them, would be to paint them and install new hardware to give it a more modern feel. There's companies that do this. They can paint your cabinets, obviously for a negotiated amount, or again, just like painting your own house, this is something that you can do on your own. And really, it is labor intensive, but really all you're doing is paying for the paint supplies, and the new hardware. You could probably give your kitchen a really good facelift for just a few $100s and a little bit of time invested. Bathrooms, and again, another big thing that is impactful when people are going out to see homes. If you don't want to remodel the whole bathroom, because again, that can get very expensive. Maybe you want to replace the vanity. If you have a toilet from like 1974, probably a good idea to install a new toilet. Putting new flooring down in the bathrooms, generally it's a small space, so that's a fairly inexpensive thing to do. Depending on the type of tub and shower setup you have, if there's cracked grout, there's ways to repair that. You can read DIY methods to do that, or hire a handyman to come. You don't want any cracked grout. You want it to be nice and clean, and people want to feel livable. Towel holders, all that kind of stuff. Freshen it all up to make your bathroom look new without spending a ton of money. Other things that you could do around the house to affordably increase the appeal, replace blinds. Blinds have a habit of getting really dusty. Maybe they're broken if you have pets or crazy kids like I do. They want to look new. Blinds are super cheap. All you have to do is measure the window. You can go to Home Depot, you can go to Walmart, and you can get a set of blinds for a few dollars. But definitely want to replace the blinds in your home if they're dated, if they're certainly if they're broken. Fresh curtains, and this is a good way to kind of put a pop of color in the house. Pick like an accent color that you kind of want to have themed. You could match a nice curtains with maybe pillows on a sofa. Different ways to give that splash of color, but again, it really does increase the appeal. Replacing the doorknobs in your home. If you have like that old kind of brass one, and maybe they have a little bit of a weathered look to them, that's not really a great look to have. You can even go on Amazon, Home Depot. Again, you could pick up a set of doorknobs. Make sure they all match. Looks, and they go with the theme of the house. It's more of a subconscious, subtle way of increasing the appeal of your home. Again, for fairly cheap. As far as the exterior of your home, again, I'm not telling you to go out and plant all kinds of trees and flowers and spend thousands of dollars on landscaping. But you want your house to look clean and tidied and well maintained. Obviously, make sure the grass is cut. Maybe if there's like hedges that are kind of growing wild, you want to trim those back, make them look minimal. Make sure that if there's any broken part, if you have a fenced-in backyard, you want to make sure that the fence is not in disrepair. Fresh mulch in certain areas can go a long way. And instead of maybe planting flowers, which can get pretty expensive and again time consuming, sometimes if you just get potted flowers and put them on the doorstep of your home, that can go a long way in again getting that curb appeal, getting that fresh look for the home. Also, in regards to the exterior home, consider painting your front door. Again, that's the first impression that someone is going to have when they walk up to your house is your front door. Red or a navy blue. Again, it's a fairly inexpensive project that you can do yourself. Replacing the lock, again, the doorknob, all things that are going to have a positive first impression on potential buyers. So just to recap this video, and we kind of ran down a lot very quickly, and obviously there's a lot more that goes into potentially renovating your home, but we talked about putting fresh paint on the common areas on the walls of your home, painting those baseboards, making everything pop, neutral color. Go to sherwinwilliams.com, go to benjaminmoore.com, or go to the actual stores. Ask for recommendations from the professionals if you're not a seasoned paint pro and don't know which colors to pick. But paint is extremely important. Take a look at your flooring. If it's in disrepair, if it's bubbling, if it's warped or whatever, that's something you're going to want to take care of, because it's something that people really look at when they're walking a home for the first time. You can either refinish the floors if you have hardwoods, or you can buy vinyl plank at Home Depot or whatever flooring outlet store that you choose. It's cheap, 99 cents a square foot, $1.99 square foot. You can install it yourself if you're fairly handy, or fairly inexpensive job to contract out. Kitchens, we talked about painting the cabinets, installing new hardware. Bathrooms, you may want to consider regrouting some of the tile work, maybe replacing a vanity, new towel holders, maybe a new toilet if it's from 1974. We talked about putting fresh blinds, fresh curtains, fresh hardware on the doors to match all around the house. And then from an exterior standpoint, trim back that landscaping if it's kind of out of control. Make sure there's no issues with fencing around the perimeter of the home. If you have a broken piece of fencing, consider putting mulch down in certain areas, and also take a look at that front door. If it's in disrepair, a cheap project that you could do fairly quickly and inexpensively is to paint that front door to really give it that curb appeal. So again, yes, we did talk about a lot in a very short period of time, and these are just some quick tips. There's a lot more to go into, and every home sort of offers a unique scenario and is a different situation. If you have any questions for me in regards to, kind of sprucing up your house and getting it ready for market, or really any general real estate questions, feel free to contact me at any time. Call, text, email, whichever method you prefer. I'm here to help. Hit that Talk to Chuck button if that's, again, easier for you. For everyone out there watching these videos, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.